We're going to probably go ahead and start today. So I missed a couple of weeks. So back up about living, I think. So the question here today is we're going to talk about the trance journey, and I'm going to allow Lucerne to come in sometime here into this. I'm going to let Lucerne come in and speak, but we're going to talk a little about the trance journey, the trance mediumship connection to trance, and have you have an understanding of what that is, and how to propel it in your life, and how to make the information that you receive from your higher consciousness bring forth that information you need. First of all, with trance, it is different. It is majorly different than mediumship. Your mediumship guides, your connection to your guides, your mediumship guides, and that vibration are different. They are trance guides. They are guides that you give complete control of the vibration to. They have followed you. They're connecting to you. Like Lucerne is my trance guide. He is not my gatekeeper. He is not my physician. He's not my alchemist. He's not any of the other guides. He is just trance. That is who he is. That's who he propels himself to be. And he travels with quite a few other people here in the vibration. So trance is this whole connection to not, I want to tell some people will get into a connection within their vibration of saying, I need to look at this, or my guide is going to show me this. My guide is going to connect me to that. It isn't a question where your guide is taking you. It is, you have to have that faith in your trance guide or your trance connection that is going to help you. And they work with you. They don't just jump into your body. They don't just fly in and hope to God that you are ready for that. They give you moments to get used to them being in the auric field, in and around your auric field, getting used to their energy before they start to massively overshadow you or take you into deep trance. You have to discern them. And I learned that when I was a kid, discerning the spirit, discerning the vibration, discerning the spirit, discern them. If it doesn't work right for you and the information coming through from that guide is not truthful, then don't go with that guide. Make sure the information that comes through within the vibration is truthful to you. It brings you a balance of connection, an understanding of connection. That's what you have to ask yourself. Does it fit? Does it work for you? Guides are not here at all in your vibration to make you feel uncomfortable. They're not here to make you feel uncomfortable or in that vibration. They're just not in that situation for you. They are here to connect to your higher sense of consciousness, your higher sense of vibrations within your life. They're here to connect to your consciousness, your vibration within your life, your understanding. So remember, when you're connecting to your trance, everything about it should work for you. It should fit the vibration for you. Don't allow guides just to jump in. Oh my God, Lou, I am going to do this. This is what I'm going to do. No, it's not. You do what you feel is best for that situation. Mediumship, you're going to allow guides, people, situations, and things to come up close enough to speak to you. Doesn't mean they're your trance guides, doesn't mean they're going to be your trance guides. They're just there to speak to you, to give you a message to give to someone, or to put something in vibration. Remember that everything about connection to a higher sense of consciousness is about you being balanced. If you're unbalanced, you're not going to attract the spirit or the connection in your life that you need. When I attracted Lucerne many years ago, it was that I knew that he had been around me. I knew that he had been there. I knew that he had been part of the vibration for many, many, many years. But I never allowed him to speak through me until I became comfortable with his energy, before I became comfortable with him doing what he does. And usually with trance, your voice will change. Different things will change within the vibration, your mannerisms, your changing of situations. When a certain comes through, my voice changes, my mannerisms change. When I'm on the computer, I don't go that so deep into trance that I can't control the computer. So I keep myself a little bit here so I can do something if I have to. But Lucerne will still change my voice, change what's going on with me. He works on my voice box. He works on my vibration of voice. It allows to speak through me. People say he sounds a lot like Charles, and Charles was one of my guides, trance guides, many, many, many years ago. And Charles was a little kind of, I want to say, Charles was a little English, Scottish English, something that vibration. And you kind of hear this little English brogue with Lucerne when he comes through, a little English thing. And I feel like he just kind of kept Charles's voice or kept connection to that voice, maybe because my body was already used to trancing Charles. So he comes through with that voice. And it sounds a little bit like Charles's voice because I've heard Charles's voice from before, and it's not exactly the same, but it kind of got the same genre, the situation. But you keep track of it. And doing trance is very simple. You don't need a whole bunch of people to start your trance journey. It's find a place where you're going to allow yourself to get into it. Get a recorder. So just in case you go into some kind of trance state, the recorder will pick up anything going on in the room with you. Set an alarm for 15, 20 minutes. Set an alarm that goes off outside the room. Don't set it right next to you. Set it outside the room that you're meditating so you can hear the alarm to bring you out of the situation. Then count yourself back. Count yourself down. You must go in to get out. So count yourself down. Count yourself down, allowing yourself to get down. I vision it like walking down a staircase, walking down a hill, walking down. See yourself walking down, getting deeper within yourself so you can get out. Speak to your guide before you start. Say, you know, I'm looking for my trance guide. Is my trance guide here? I'd like to work with him or her. And then allow the energy to start to get up close to you. It should fit the vibration for you. It shouldn't be something you have to say, oh my God, Lou, I've got to do this. I've got to do. No, you don't. That's not really what you need to do. What you need to do in the vibration is to find what your guides want from you. Because they're going to channel through you. You're not channeling through them. So they have to use your body. They have to use your vibrations. They have to connect to your connection within your life to get you to where you need to be. So it isn't like you're giving up your control for them to channel through you, to channel through your vibration, to channel through your vibration. They're asking you to channel through you. So allow them to channel through you, allow them to channel, but make sure that the information you're receiving is comfortable for you. If the information or the guide doesn't feel right, doesn't quite feel right, don't allow them to take over. Say, oh no, Lou, I got this guide. They're not really good, but I like them. And make sure that who's ever channeling through your vibration fits you. It fits the vibration because they have to use your body to speak. I've been in this business a long time. I've listened to people channel. I've listened to major people channel. Ramtha, Seth, a lot of major people channel through my lifetime. The question here is very simple. The information coming through the channel should be comfortable, should be uplifting, connection. I had a call today about information being told somebody that isn't right, isn't connected to them. But when we get readings, when we connect to the higher sense of consciousness, readings should be uplifting, should be encouraging, should be a balance. And if there is something wrong with the individual's vibration, it isn't a question that you're here to disrupt it. You're here to make it better, to fix it, to encourage it, not to make it worse. We had a medium out here in trance one time, and the lady had lost her child. And he was in trance, and he looked at her and said, "He's dead." The child was not dead. I knew that from my guides that the child wasn't dead, but he said it out loud. And the child wasn't dead. The child was 12 miles from here. That somebody had kidnapped the child, and the child was still very much alive. But he disrupted this woman so badly within that, just that saying that dead. The information wasn't coming through right. The information did not come through right. It was awful. But how it disturbed the woman so badly through that whole situation. So remember, when the information is coming through, it should fit. If not, you need to talk to the guy and say, no, 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 you don't belong here. You do not belong part of the vibration. Lucerne, I've discerned him over many, many, many years. He comes through, he speaks about higher sense of consciousness, what's going on in the vibration. He talks to people, gives some readings, different things, that vibration. But he doesn't disrupt people. He doesn't disrupt the situation, disrupt the vibration of energy. He doesn't. Because, as I would say, that is what our karma is mediums. It's because if we disrupt your life and it doesn't get you to where you personally need to be on your journey to affect others, we've affected not just our lives, your life, but so many other people that you personally come in contact with. So we've disrupted their lives. So now we've got a lot of karma because now we've disrupted all of this instead of just one person. Because if I disrupt your life, and then all of a sudden your life doesn't take you to where you needed to be to affect others, and that in turn affected them in a negative way, I've got a whole group of people now that I've affected in a negative situation. So remember, with trance, find yourself a place, get quiet, count yourself down, put the recorder on, do it 15, 20 minutes. Don't do it more than that. Don't do it more than 15, 20 minutes. Don't say, Lewis, I'm going to do it for a long term here. No, no, don't do it for 30, 45 minutes to an hour. Start out slow. Start off slow within the vibration and then work in that direction. Start off slow and then move a little bit longer. 15 to 20 minutes, long as you should be in this overshadowing state, allowing your guides to overshadow you and speak to them. People will get into meditation or get into this whole situation and they won't look up at their God. They won't look up at them. Look at them. Look at them in the eye. Look them where they are. Look where they are. Where do they have you? And the meditations, the vibrations, our lives are always in this whole connection of where have they gotten us? What path are we on? Where are we? What's going on around us as this person entered the situation? Is it desolate, everything on fire, and there's a person standing in front of you? No. It should be a very pleasant experience for you if the guide's there and wants to work through you. My father used to say it's a lot like being in a grocery store. If the manager meets you at the door and pushes a cart into you and slams into you and tells you to get out, you're not going to want to go shopping in the store. But if they greet you at the front door and they wish you well and they give you some coupons, allow you to run to the store and have a beautiful time, you want to be there. It's when the first experience with your guide happens. How is it happening? Does it make you feel comfortable? Because they've got to use you as a channel. They're using your vibration. So they've got to make you feel comfortable, not disrupted. They shouldn't make you look stupid. On stage, I've seen that many times, that people do little stupid things on stage, and I'm going, oh, why are you guys making you do that? Wow. But they shouldn't make you do that. Because we as mediums, as psychics and mediums in this work, we're getting overshadowed quite a bit when we do readings. We don't get massively overshadowed, but Spirit does pull up close enough to us to give us the information that we need to converse to you and talk to you with. So we still are that balance of overshadowing with a medium. You have to feel that balance first as a medium, how that balance works for you. And it could take you a little while to figure that whole balance with that. And then when you start working with trance, the thing is different. It's different than how you connect with mediumship. It's different. The energy is different. The vibration of it is different. So you'll know when you're in trance, when you are in that mode, you'll know that you're in that vibration. So I'm going to keep talking and I'm going to let the Lucerne come through. So things will change a little bit, but I'll let him come through and talk. But I'll just keep talking until he starts to really overshadow and move through me. So, but I did when I started doing trance many years ago. I would work with cards and I would take cards that I would have and I would hold the cards and stare at them. And I would look at them like you would do those 3D art, that you would look at that 3D art. I would look at them as you would do with 3D art or something in that vibration. And I would just study it. I would study the vibration and then allow myself to become part of it. When I was taught by my mother, she used to teach me, she used to give me a rose, give me something to hold on to, something to put in motion. And I would hold it. And she said, become the flower, become the picture, become the rock, become the object. So I would become the object. And that would teach me to focus the vibration. I wouldn't make a really good trance medium if I couldn't focus. You have to be able to focus on the energy entering your vibration. You have to allow yourself to let go and just be, to allow spirit to speak. So you have to allow that all to happen. And it has to be, it's a little bit of a journey. And if you can't allow yourself to let go, then you might have a problem with trance because you have to allow yourself to let go of the energy, let go of the vibration of spirit. The connection to spirit is the vibration of here. As Lewis was saying, within the energy field of spirit, it is the energy of light that manages from the spirit world. You do not see us as a connection of a human physical body spirit here with you when it first begins. It is the energy that we send to you first to feel out your vibration, to touch close with you throughout your life. It is never the connection that you think it is. It is the vibration of energy that is interchanged between both our sides through us in the spirit world and you in the physical. If your energy field does not match ours, does not connect to our energy field, the connection of the vibration will never happen. It is through the connection that we allow ourselves to become part of your physical form, your physical body, your energy vibration. Right now, I'm speaking through Lewis, that the vibration of his voice and working with that energy field. But it's through many years of practice with him, of working with him, many years and many connections to higher senses of consciousness, that I have come to a point that it doesn't take me that long to arrive here in the vibration. I come because I want to encourage and bless individuals on the journey. There's always the idea of where you're at. Don't believe that we in the spirit world direct you. We help you, we encourage you, we bless you, but we do not pull you somewhere. We allow you to make the journey through trance, if that's what you want to be. If you want to speak to your trance guides, everyone here today has a trance. You have a guide in your vibration that has been assigned to you. Think of it, on the other side, there's a little door that's in the spirit world in an office building, and it says trance communication on it. And inside that room is a whole mess of guides waiting to be assigned to each individual as they come to this earth plane. Some of you will not use trance. You will not use the vibration, but you have moments in your life that you have this knowing that it is right. This voice within you talking to you from the spirit world. The voices that you hear, a lot of the time, are part of your higher self. They're not guides. They are not connections to some kind of spiritual journey that you've been on. It is connection to your higher self, your higher vibration. And there are avenues that run off from your higher vibration into the universe. And through that energy field that runs through from your higher self, conduces past lives, incarnations, connections to souls and spirits long gone into the spirit world, but people that you have had a contact with through lifetimes and incarnations. Not only here, remember that you don't only be born here. This is only a fragment of the situation of places where you can incarnate and be part of. We incarnate in places that will teach us our best lessons, our blessed incarnation lessons in our lives. You're with your life right now, in this vibration of your life right now, to learn, to encourage the spirit, to learn something that from a spiritual sense you wanted to. It's how you learn it. It's your free will and choice. Not how we propel it in your life. It's about how you learn the journey that you're on. And that's the same with the trance journey, the trance vibration of trance. It is that journey of connection to a higher sense of consciousness. There's always that. Through all the years that I have tranced through Lewis, and I've tranced through other individuals at other times and other venues within the universe. But the group that I'm with works to enlighten, to encourage, to bless you on your journey. That's what we do from the spirit world. Not to disrupt or disgrace your vibration, but to encourage it. So when you do this vibration, remember, when you tell us from the spirit world that you would like to have an audience with us, an audience with your trance guides, an audience, you explain to us, then you make the effort to have the audience. No sense of us appearing on stage and you not to attend the show. You have to attend the show, the vibration of spirit. And that's through this idea of where are you? At this moment in your life, where are you? Do you want to attend the show? Did somebody tell you to attend? Or did somebody else buy you a ticket? Or did you achieve the whole vibration yourself? How did you arrive there? And if somebody did invite you to the show, did you enjoy the show? You have to enjoy the journey, or we can't affect you. You might think on the spirit world there are things that happen, like the cages are open and things come for you. Things only come for you because you have attracted them in some way, some fashion. The only person who can rid yourself of these situations is you. So telling me that I need to come and bless or encourage vibrations within your life, you first must bless yourself. I can only shower you with blessings, but I cannot wash the floor. You, all of you here, have arrived in this earth plane, on this life, this incarnation that you call life right now. You've been here on this earth plane, some of you for a while. And through your journey on this earth plane, you've met many people, many situations, and many vibrations throughout your life, whether physical, spiritual. You have met the vibration that you chose before you entered this earth plane. So it's when you decide how you want to achieve this or work with this. Sure, you are all coming back to the spirit world, placing yourself somewhere in the spirit world when you eventually get back here. But as you venture on in this earth plane,
There are many guides, many rooms on the other side that guides attend. Guides will affect and come to you. They will be there, even though they're not part of your guide band. But there are situations happening in your life that you need a certain expertise, a certain connection to the spirit world. They will send them to you. They will send them to bless you, to hold you up, to connect to you and from the spirit world. So don't tell yourself that I don't think I can control this. There are many guides here that can. You have to tell them, explain to them what you're looking for. If you're haphazardly shopping in the store, doesn't mean we know what you're cooking once you get to the counter. Pick the supplies you need that complement each other as you make this journey on the earth plane. Same thing with your trance journey. Don't just collect all kinds of stuff within your trance journey and decide to cook with it, decide to maneuver that into the vibration. It's not your connection, your journey to do that. We have this whole vibration of life. You are alive. You are here on the earth plane. You are breathing air. You are here. You are working, doing your stuff. We in the spirit world are very much alive, but in a whole different situation of life, a whole different situation of how we survive in the spirit world. You have control of this life. You, of what you attract, of what you propel in the vibration with you. We can try our best to lead you, but we cannot pick you there. We can only lead you to where you feel it's best to you. So discern the spirit. Probably told that through a lot of religions and a lot of vibrations and a lot of people in your life have told you. Discern the spirit. Don't allow the spirit to arrive and set up home unless you're comfortable with the baggage that they've brought with them. Don't allow them to be here. Be forceful with your spirits. Tell them to leave if they don't comfortable be in your work field. Many years ago, he's part of the group was Charles Davenport, Lewis's first trance guide, getting him ready for my journey to the spirit world, from the spirit world to him. I'm a little bit larger than Charles, but Charles worked quite a while with Lewis to get him ready for the journey. So your trance guide that maneuvers into your vibration might not be your guide that fits you for the rest of your life, but fits you for that moment that you're growing within your spiritual growth to get you to the individual that will bring you to that situation. I just happen to be that individual that Lewis has propelled himself towards. The group, the entities of groups of spirits that speak through him at this point. We are groups, and there are groups of energies in the spirit world. A group of one. There are many groups in the spirit world that work through individuals speaking through them. And you might think that we have to bring this whole vibration of me speaking. But a lot of the information that comes through trance, so the vibration of trance is that instant knowing. Something just appears in your vibration. You say something that you can't really understand why you said it, but it was very profound in your vibration. Allow yourself to listen to yourself. Information is coming constantly through your being. You might try to quiet it, but you are in constant download from the spirit world for one reason. I will explain to you why. You are here in this physical body, but there is your higher self that is connected to the spirit world. That higher self, in turn, is connected to a lot of individuals' lives. A lot of energy within the universal energy. So if I speak to you on this earth plane, And I might have been part of your life. And you listened to me 4 or 5 lifetimes back. I was tranced through somebody else, and you have that connection to my energy field. We're connected. The vibration of connection is always there. There's no now coincidence in life of where you are or what you're going to do in your life. You're focused in a direction, and you pick the journey of how you arrive at that destination. So you want to do trance? You pick the journey. You pick the avenue of how you arrive at that destination, that connection to spirit, that connection to higher senses of consciousness. But don't beat yourself up if you don't see the trance guide right away. Sometimes it takes us time in our lives to bring that control situation away from us. You might have too much control in your life, not allowing spirit to work. Mediumship is a lot like that, young man, people. It's when you are doing mediumship, you have to allow the control to move. Allow your energy field to orchestrate itself, to attract the information and be able to understand it. As long as you understand how the information is coming towards you, then you can understand how to use the information. So allow yourself to be open to spirit, but discern them. Make sure that the spirit that has arrived in your vibration is for your highest and best. For your highest and best. I might be in the spirit world, and I might not be for your highest and best to transfer you, to work through your vibration. Good for Lewis's vibration might not be perfect for yours. But your guide will show up. Your message bearer, your physician, all these people that work through you from the spirit world. There's a whole company over there with your name on it, designed strictly for you, with the guides, the protectors, the trance. All the vibration is all set within that building, within that vibration. They have been put together just to help you, to encourage you. But one reason they do that is because through helping you, we in turn in the spirit world help the energy of spirit to move to where it needs to be. As above, so below. And as you do things here on this, in the physical plane, we in turn are moving things to the spiritual plane. So the energy plays out exactly the way it's supposed to play out in our lives. You might think, oof, that didn't work well for me, Liz. Did not work well. Then understand yourself. Understand the vibration of yourself. You are the orchestrator of your painting. You are painting the outskirts, the vibration, or the landscapes of what you're going to follow. If you don't like it, start a new painting. Start a new journey in your life. Don't keep the old journey. Why keep that? Keep the new journey within your vibration. Throw it out if that's what causes the vibration. If it causes you pain or energy within your life, tell your guides. Sometimes we don't see the physical pain in your vibration. Sometimes in the spirit world, we're just propelling things in your life because consciously or subconsciously you're asking for it. But if you tell us, I don't like that, that doesn't feel good to me, then we understand that and we do it a different way. Don't think the spirit is going to arrive in your life a certain way and you have to put up with it. You allow the spirit to work with you the way you feel most comfortable working with the spirit world. You. But your trance journey is a lifelong event for you. Some of you will be able to let go of control. Allow spirit to work with you and work with your vibration. Others will keep too much control of the situation and never get quite into the trance situation. Then we have to work with the guides, have to sift through a few maybe to get to the one that really matches us, that connects to you. Lewis went through Charles Davenport. Then there was Mildred. Mildred was here with Charles. Then there was Billy. Billy's still here, but Billy was here. So we had three working at one time with Lewis. And he was comfortable with those three, understanding and working with his energy field, but he knew I was there. So the question here is, don't throw the spirits out right away. Work, give it a little bit of energy and see if it fits you. It's this whole bout of balance within your vibration, keeping a balance. If you're completely out of balance from the spirit, from us, you're not going to be any good to us in the spirit world. Probably no good for yourself. You're completely out of balance. You have to balance your energy field working with us. Don't get too flighty in your vibration, too off kilter, I would say, in the spirit world. If you're acting too crazy, people are probably not going to listen to you. If you don't say too much and you're just very quiet, people probably still won't listen to you, but you aren't saying anything to them. Allow yourself to feel the energy through you. Allow your guides from the spirit world to give you information for you. That's what mediumship was for many years ago. It was that connection to the spirit world from us. It was not to bring readings to everyone in the world. It was to bring the information from spirit to you, to allow you to sit quiet, allow you to listen to the spirit, allow you to take the information and use it in your life the best that you could. It was never for someone else to tell you what you should do. It was for you to listen to the information from the spirit world that allow you to find you. But I really want you to understand that don't have people explain to you that the trance is exactly like mediumship. It is not. Trance is a whole different vibration, especially what kind of trance you want to go into. If you want to go in deeper trance where spirit is taking over your voice and taking over situations in your life, that has more of a control situation that you have to allow spirit to work through you. Light trance happens every day through mediumship. Train yourself with the light trance first, or you start venturing into the deeper trance later. But it should all work and be part of your vibration. And I'm going to let Lewis come back, but I want you to understand that you are the orchestrator of your events in your life. We will help you. We will guide you the best we can, but we cannot force you. Find your passion. Maybe your passion is something that someone hasn't seen yet, but it will be accepted by many. All right, CERN's left. CERN has moved a little bit off from where my being is. I know Lucerne was talking a lot about trance and how trance works. And to give you a little idea of how that all works with me, I really understand it as I've been doing it for a while. I understand how he works through me, how he understands, and how it started off when I first started going into trance. It took me quite a while. It took me, you'd be sitting in the audience and you'd be just waiting for me to connect because it was this whole vibration of movement. I didn't just go, woo, I was in trance. No, it was this movement of getting my body ready, getting it ready to allow spirit to pull up that close to my aura field. So it didn't come up and all of a sudden I was just Lewis, and then I was Lucerne, or I was Charles. All of a sudden, it was this whole vibration of allowing it to happen. It might have taken me 5-6 minutes to eventually get into Charles or Lucerne. It took me a little while. Now it's kind of
not in fact instant, but it's this movement is the practice, I guess. Practice with spirit has made it more uniform. It makes it more uniform with the situation of a son arriving and leaving, instead of me having to wait for a moment and allow him to leave and come back and center myself and breathe. I don't have to do that anymore. I'm just, he's just here and then he can leave. And it doesn't disrupt me like it did when I first started this. There was a lot of energy expelled. I had people trying to ground me or bring me back into my body because I had left so far away from my vibration that it was like I was trying to pull myself back in, get myself back into my being. That's the trouble with trance. You have to remember that you don't leave part of yourself outside of yourself because you've gotten yourself so far out of your body. You need somebody there, especially if you start to feel like, "Ooh, that was not." Then have somebody sit with you, have somebody help you, speak to you, have somebody work with you if you're going to be doing it. Um, have somebody look at you before you actually do it in public. Before you start doing it in public and you get all crazy eyed looking and crazy looking, have somebody sit with you while you go do it. Then the person can orchestrate things, help you, especially if you look a little bit too crazy when you're doing it. So you don't want to propel that into spirit because that's also going to make people say, well, that was crazy. That, ooh, don't do that again. You want to make sure that people feel safe with the guide or person you're bringing through. The same thing when I teach mediumship. It's assert communication, evidence, reason, tell a story. Take the C, the E, and R out. Tell a story. Tell the story of how you're getting the information. Tell the story. Weave all the pieces, all the vibration together and tell the story. When you write music, when you do all this stuff in our lives, it all starts with a first thought, then it moves itself into a story. Mediumship is that first symbol, that first vibration that appears in your auric field. You start to arrange them and put them on a shelf and start looking at them and then deciding what the story is going to be from the objects that have appeared on the shelf. What is the story you're going to tell? How are you going to explain that story? But everything is a connection to spirit. Everything. Doesn't matter what you do, how you propel it, what you do with it. It's a story. And your story. And whether your story with trance journey, working with a trance guide, working even with just mediumship guide. What is your story with them? Do you see them? Do you know who they are? Do you know who your message bearer is? Because your message bearer, people will get that whole thing. And I love it when people get up on stage and I go, I have a message bearer and they are so and so. And they're bringing it. Really. I've been doing this over 60 years. My message bearer is usually not the same person every time I get up and do messages. There's a different message bearer that appears. Big reason, if you have to look at the logic of the whole situation. If I'm doing a reading for this group, then a guide will show up that will fit this group. Wouldn't be a guide that wouldn't fit this group, would be a guide that fits this group. So when you do messages or you do messages, it's not the same guide giving every single message. It is an avenue of what the guide is doing for you, the one that's working for you. Energy I bring through right now for somebody in this group would not be somebody that would say, okay, we're just going to bring through this person. You might not like them, but you're going to bring through this energy. The question is that the spirit has to be comfortable for me, has to be comfortable for you. It is this pyramid thing going on between the energy from you to the spirit world to me back to you. It's a pyramid situation going on. So you're subconsciously asking for things in your auric field and your subconscious that ventures into the spirit world. Your guides hear it.
Message bearer hears it, comes down through my being. I hear the information. I give it to you. So there's this connection. So the connection of the message bearer connecting to me, speaking to you, has to fit you. Basic logic. If the person speaking through me doesn't have a strong connection to you, the message isn't going to work out. It's not going to play itself out. It just won't play itself out. It will just be a message and the person won't actually be able to receive it as you bring through the message work. So your message bearer guides will change. They will. They'll change. I've been in trance demonstrations. Lucerne has been there, and all of a sudden Lucerne will go and Tobias will show up. Then the Archangel Michael will show up. Different vibrations will show up for the group. I never really know who's going to show or who's going to be. I'm pretty sure Lucerne's the spokesman for the group. But after I get into it, I don't know who's going to come through because of what needs to be said to the group. So it's never just Lucerne. It could be other people part of Lucerne's group. But I've discerned most of all the ones that are going to come through. And they know through my vibration, they're not coming through unless I give them permission. I still have control over this channel. I might not be in here. I might be sitting away from this, but I have control of this channel. If it doesn't feel right to my vibration, I will shut the channel down and bring myself back. I have that control over the situation. And you have to learn to have your control over the situation. If you're giving information to the spirit world and people are going, ooh, 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 then change how you give the information. Change it. I've always said in my classes, you should get words. Words. Don't have to be things, just words. Paste them together. Get 3 words. And out of those 3 words, what would you say? What kind of message would you say for those 3 words? What you're really doing is training your psychic self, your psychic vocabulary. You're teaching yourself what those words mean. So when they definitely appear in your work field, you already know what they mean. You don't have to invent a story. The story has already been told. Story with me, the stories have been told, not because I just started doing it. I've been doing it for a while. So most of anything that I see from the spirit world now, the story is already written. I just repeat it. I just say what I already know about the emblem, the symbol, the vibration from the spirit world. The symbols don't change that you show me. The information doesn't change. It's the same information. I just box it in a certain package that fits you. And that's all we're really doing for people. We're taking the information Spirit's giving us, sorting through it, packaging it, and giving it to you in the package that you personally would accept. Now, through trance, it's this whole vibration of allowing the package that they're going to bring you from the spirit world, an understanding of how that's going to work for you. How are you going to find that direction? You. Not how I'm going to find it, but how you're personally going to see it or connect to it. That's the channel. That's by working with the channel, working with the vibration, working with the connection of spirit, working with the connection of situations within your life, understanding that, allowing yourself to be authentic to you. Because there's no other medium, no other person on this earth plane like you. The Lucerne just said that's me. So you're it, Lou. No one's made like you. Maybe some people will say, well, thank God. Well, thank God. But nobody's made like me. No one's made like you. We're all our own vibration. Our own special connection to the spirit world, our own special connection to the spirit connection of spirit. So when you talk to spirit,
Find how you converse with them. Find how you talk to them, propel it in motion, get yourself to where you need to be. Allow yourself to find that connection of your life. It's all about you. Remember that old show that was on television? This is your life. This is your life. As a spiritual worker, as a spiritual medium, as a trance medium, this is your life. It's what's produced and what comes out on stage is part of your life. What do you want to walk on stage? How do you want to see it? So that is the question we talk about today about the trance journey. You can work with trance, but I've always said with trance, you should work with your mediumship first. Get mediumship down first, connect to that first, feel how that mediumship works because they're just overshadowing you. Feel that vibration of how the overshadowing works. Then allow yourself to go deeper into trance work. But if you go deeper into trance work, make sure that the trance communication is something that you want to communicate, that you personally want to communicate to others. You. But I want to thank you guys for tuning in today, being part of this today. I know we're going to do it. The last couple of weeks, I got with some people that was